Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here for video number 2! Video number 2 on this Friday evening, August the 1st, the 1st of August, 2025. Thank you all for watching video number 2 on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel. My other channels all down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as my pants. So subscribe to my channels. Leave a comment on the video if you like. If you leave stupid comments, you know what happens. Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul, and you get blocked, sent to the Shadow Realm, and you can go pretty much fuck yourself after that. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, you get slapped in the face. Because you're SOL. And you know what that means. If you don't know, look it up. But, ha! And that's pretty much it. And we move on with that. And if you're a first-time viewer, or you're here for the first time, and you're thinking about subscribing, please do. Please smash that like button, stick the thumb straight up the wahoo-hoo, because that's where it belongs. And as we say in the business, when you do subscribe, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, get off my channel and go fuck yourself. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Friday evening, we're getting close to Friday night, August the 1st, 2025, as we start the unofficial first weekend of August, as we just hit the start of the new month, and we'll see what happens in 30 days until we get to Labor Day weekend on the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st and the 2nd of September. So about a month away from Labor Day weekend, gonna be, you know, pretty much the summer is just about to be over unofficially, but we still got a month and change to go. About 6 weeks away till the official end of summer and the beginning of fall. Sun's going down a little bit earlier, getting close to 8 o'clock, where the sun goes down dark by about 8:15 still, as we get into the end of this month and going into, you know, September. Will be getting pretty much around between 7:30 and close to 8 o'clock. And then by the time we hit the first Sunday of November, 5 o'clock, when it gets dark. So, you're coming home from work, it's dark if you're here in the Northeast. And now that's pretty much it, as we fall back in November. So we got pretty much 3 months to go of actual decent daylight. And then as we get into the late fall, winter months, before we even hit March, again, where we swing forward again, and the daylight gets later again, you know, we got in between, so we got all that. But enjoy the rest of about the next month or so of summer before we hit the beautiful season of fall, and enjoy it, whether it be hot, not so hot like today was, like 74 degrees, very nice, windy here, but it did rain a little bit, but now it's sunny, the sun is out, gonna have an amazing weekend. SummerSlam weekend is upon us. We had the kickoff show earlier at MetLife Stadium. We got night 1 and 2 tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m., not 7, 6 p.m. So the show will probably end about 9, 10 o'clock. And then go right into Collision tomorrow. Actually, no, Collision next week, but we already did that. We do whatever you're doing Saturday night after a good night of hopefully a good night of night 1, and then back at it again on Sunday. And then you can always go to, you don't have to go to SummerSlam. You can go to the Met game, go do whatever the fuck you want in New York City or wherever you may be. But have fun this weekend, be safe, and be well. And that's pretty much it. I'm not really doing anything this weekend except for watching SummerSlam and doing some housework, and that's it. And then back to work on Monday, as we start the first official week of August. And then we'll talk about the aftermath of SummerSlam as we gear up for Clash in Paris. That's Paris for you dumb people at home at the end of this month. And in between, we got NXT Heatwave and Forbidden Door. Pretty much 3 weeks from Sunday. So, actually, take that back. 2 weeks from Sunday. No, wait. Yeah, 24th. Yeah, it is 3 weeks. I was right the first time. So, 3 weeks from Sunday, a doubleheader, ladies and gentlemen. Forbidden Door leading right into NXT Heatwave, because don't forget, Forbidden Door is in London, so that starts about, that's going to start about 2-3 o'clock here in the East Coast. And that's going to go at least 4+ hours. And then NXT Heatwave starts at 7, so by the time we hit the end of Forbidden Door, going right into Heatwave. So we'll see what happens with that. Probably a long marathon of watch-alongs if you were following along that day, but it is what it is. Alright, so we got SmackDown coming up in about 25 minutes. The official go-home show before tomorrow night's Night 1 and Sunday night's Night 2 events. Good cards. We'll see what happens with all that. I think all hands on deck tonight. I don't know if Roman's going to be on the show, but mostly like Cody be on. I think Cena be on. And, all those tag teams and that 6-way TLC match for the SmackDown tag team titles are going to be there, beating the crap out of each other like they did last week. Which was a wild episode last week. We'll see what happens tonight on the program. But before we even get to that, let's talk about Monday Night Raw and your Raw thoughts, you understand? Thoughts off the top of the dome. So, we'll talk about the show that emanated, emanated on, I can't even talk. Emanated, I'll say it 5 times fast, emanated on this past Monday, July 28, 2025, from the Little Caesars Center, Pizza, in Detroit, that's Detroit, Michigan, or Detroit Rock City, for you Kiss fans out there. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so we started the show off with the Raw roster on the stage, where a 10-bell salute to the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan brother. We had Nick Hogan on there. I didn't even know he was there, but he was there. You know, said that, he was there and he's crying for his dad. Sucks that Bookie Hogan wasn't even there. And even Linda got emotional talking about her former husband's passing, and Bookie Hogan, got a little emotional too, but, yeah. Just like the later years when Hulk and Linda split up, and then all the shit with Hogan, with the sex tape, the racist shit. Pretty much, Linda went into obscurity, found another guy. The Bang, Bookie found the guy that's on the Cowboys who impregnated her with Hogan's now ex-grandkids, or still grandkids per se, but, she had tweens. She did have a black boyfriend at one point, and that's where the racist thing starts with Hogan. He was friends with Rodzilla for how many years? This is even before the racial shit. He hung out with Tyson, he hung out with Rodzilla, You would think, like, oh, he has Mr. T, like, oh, he's a great guy, he has a lot of black friends, right? You wouldn't say the N-word out loud. Dummy! And then he just blurts out the N-word in a public interview. You moron! But, then the sex tape comes out, which was even good. Pretty much ruined his reputation. And the racist stuff, he was like, oh, you're coming to our locker room. Booker T still has, still had animosity to Hogan, Mark Henry, people like that. Now they pretty much like, oh, Hogan's a great guy. He was such a great guy. I missed all his shit. He's a great guy. Yeah, you say your shit now, like, oh, I'm sorry. Too late now. But it is what it is. Alright, so we get that. Then the Triple H themed video package we saw on SmackDown. Get on Raw. We got on NXT as well. But we didn't even see Triple H on the stage. But anyway, move on. Alright, then we got a Jey Uso, the Jeep Man. He comes out, but then the Fat Wallace himself, my name is Paul Heyman, he comes out. They go back and forth. you go into the ring, and then he kind of backs up a little bit because Jay would whip his ass. And then like Paul's like, I know you can die really fast. Blah blah blah. So they go on and on talking about Jay accepted Roman's offer to team up with him against B&B Security, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. He's doing it in the name of family. And Heyman's like, well, where I come from, family's always gonna let you down. Well, you come from New York. But I digress. That's not a prediction, but rather a prophecy. Hey, you can't say that! You can't say that, Paul Heyman! That's my line! You bastard, you can't say that. You can't say the P word. And I'm not talking about pussy. You can't say prophecy, Heyman. So don't say that again, because I will sue you. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. But I'll just like DM Roman, say, hey, he said prophecy. Can you kick his ass for me, there, tribal chief? Who'll do it too? But anyway, blah blah blah. And then Heyman asks if Jay's mom said Santa Claus left the presents under the tree. That means your mother lied, just like everyone's mother here in the arena. Oh, we gotta go there. Then he goes to his father, Rikishi, Big Quiche. Said, oh, didn't Rikishi tell you that he wanted him to be more iconic than him? Oh, really? And he's like, he lied to you too! And then he's like, Roman didn't pick you to be the tribal chief, he picked Solo, so what did he do? He lied to you. Yeet! And then Jay's like, alright, well, my family is why I'm here, and you need to keep their name out of your fucking mouth. And then basically he says, we're gonna run back this shit. And that's basically it. So, Jay takes on Bronson Reed in the main event, which is supposed to happen at SummerSlam, I think night 1 or night 2, I don't know what night exactly, but... So that got pulled, obviously, because Roman's back. And, well, it didn't end well for the Yeet Man or the Tribal Chief who was in the building. So, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Moving on. Alright, then we get to a 6-person intergender tag team match player. We got the phenomenal man who has really good hair. And that's AJ. His hair is made of chamomile and Pepsi. I don't know. That's AJ Styles. Alright, so he teams up with the Kabuki Warriors, my first and second amazingly hot Asian wives. That's Kylie Zane, the private princess herself, looking absolutely amazing, along with my first wife. Her name is Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka except my dick. Alright, so they take on Dominic Guerrero, let's say, the Intercontinental Champion and the Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. And, pretty much ended like you thought it would. Nice little teamwork between AJ and Kyrie. Watch your hands, AJ. I saw that when, he picked up, Kyrie to do an insane elbow to Raquel on the outside. Picked her up right near her. Woohoo! Watch your hands, sir. My hands go down there. Yours can't. I don't care if it was for a flippy-dippity-doo. And you're married to... Hello, Wendy! Wendy! No, not the restaurant, but... Wendy! Hello, Wendy! Mm-hmm. Alright, so we got that. In the end, got the hot tag to AJ, who cleans house. Roxy gets in the way of the phenomenal forearm, which pretty much leaves AJ to launch Kyrie into Raquel, like I said. Then after that, he loads up the phenomenal forearm on Dom Dom, hits it, covers him 1, 2, 3 to get the win. Obviously. But the Kabuki Warriors are going to get a tag team title shot soon. Probably after, they probably lose it tomorrow to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. But then again, no, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow night on the program with that. And, You like that match, Eddie? Yeah, Eddie? Well, you guys call me something else, Essay? No, I'm sorry. My words are getting twisted again. I don't know why. You need to fix that! Okay, I will. Anyway, did you like your son getting pinned by the guy with great hair? That guy doesn't have great hair. Look at my hair. My hair's I am a legend. Look at my hair and the money this here, pero. And my dom to my son. My foot to my loins. He has great hair like me too. Because I'm my papi. Not Rey Mysterio, that pendejo. He's a gringo. Okay, calm down. Yeah, Eddie didn't like that pin. Thank you, Eddie. Well, you're welcome, Essay. I'm gonna go have some sangria with Joni, my mamacita. Okay. How's your mamacita doing? She's doing fine. You get the business done, Essay? No. Shh. Silencio, por favor. Cállate la boca. Lo siento. Adios. We don't talk about that here. Even though I hit the business this morning. What? Anyway, moving on. Alright, so AJ, Asuka, and Kairi get the win over Liv. No, not Liv, sorry. Raquel, Roxy, and Dom Dom. And we move on with that. Alright, there we hear from Sheamus. Fella! He's all happy with his big win last week over Alexander Rusev. Rusev smashed on a pussy! Yeah! Alright, so it's tied at one match apiece. And then, I did it! Grayson Waller and the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston! They come in. Grayson makes a mistake, you idiot. El Stupido, of challenging Sheamus to a match coming up next. And, actually we're set for later in the evening. And then the New Day just get out of there real quick. Because they know Grayson's about to get his butt kicked, which he did in 4 minutes. Sheamus does the brogue kick, lays him out 4 minutes later. Bing, bang, boom, good night. But then after the match, Rusev comes in with the shillelagh, beats Sheamus' ass down with it. Then he locks him in the accolade, fucks him in the ass, and makes him humble. And then we get a third match between Sheamus and Rusev this weekend at SummerSlam. So, I think Rusev might win this feud. I have a feeling. I mean, if Sheamus wins, good, but both matches they've had were pretty much banger after banger after banger. They were good. Loved it. So, you can imagine when this match happens tomorrow or Sunday, gonna be another banger. We'll have to see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the Raw Women's Champion, the woman that we have to proceed with caution. Alright, Naomi, she's not worried about defending her belt against Mommy Rhea Ripley and my third amazingly hot Asian wife, Io Sky. I can't get to do this. Because she can fly high too. Well, pretty much. How did that date go in the freight elevator with Jimmy? I wonder how that went. She got a lot of junk in her trunk, if you know what I mean. Right there, Jim! Big Jim! Big Jim putting his big Jimmy, if you know what I mean, into that. Pulled out the Jimmy and put the punani. Whatever. Moving on. Alright, then we get various wrestlers talking about the Hulkster brother, his star power. Okay, got that. Then, my name is Paul Heyman talks to Bronson Reed in the back saying that with Seth Rollins on the show, we need a new leader. Take me to your leader of the Empire. So, I guess Bronson Reed is the new leader. Okay. And then Braun Breaker comes in and says, hey, Bronson, you need to crush Jay and the team will reestablish dominance over the WWE. So then Bronson leaves, and Braun Breaker says, I have a plan. And then Heyman's like, huh? Are we going to do standard math now? Are we got a 33% chance of winning this plan actually happening. You know, you take my 66 and 2/3 chance of winning combined with your 33 and a third chance of this plan not even happening, that constitutes 100% that this plan will fuck up. You following along? Give me the fucking mic! Oh, okay. He's fat! Scott! Can you get him? Braun, can you get your uncle to stop? Now he's right, you're fat! Okay. This son of a bitch is fucking fat! I know he's fat. Who are we talking about? I don't know, but he's fat! Okay. Fat asses! Okay. Calm down. Take your Snickers and stop. Fat! Oh, will you stop? I gotta get control here. God damn. Anyway, so we got that. Alright, then we go to the ring with the Lassie Beach from Ireland. Lyla Valkyria, what the hell are you wearing on your feet? Look like something out of the Spice Girls closet. Those big high platform shoes that Baby Spice used to wear. I'll tell you what I want. We'll tell you what I want. We'll tell you what I want. I want to sing. If you want to be my lover, gotta get with my friends. Gotta get with my friends! Okay. Yeah, I do like the Spice Girls. Sue me. No, don't. I like Lady Gaga, too, so. By the way, big ups to Justin Timberlake. He came out and said he has Lyme disease. Not fun. Not good. But it's a treatable thing. I think Lyme disease is treatable. You can't die from that shit. Oh, thank you, kid. But something, you know, he's like in his 30s, near 40. But great guy. Great guy, great singer. Just, you know, coming out with, you know, amidst all his drunk driving problems, you know, he's getting better with that, I hope. You know, doing his tour. So he's trying to get on the good foot. And now he comes out and says, well, you know, doing his last, you know, he had his last show of the tour last night, I think. And he came out and said, hey, you know, I got Lyme disease, I'm taking some time off. I hope he gets better. The man who's bringing sexy back. Those motherfuckers don't know how to act. That's some good shit. Yeah, I like Justin Timberlake too, so I like NSYNC. It's gonna be me. Okay. Alright, so Lyra comes out and has her Becky Lynch stomping shoes on or some shit. Recaps her issues with Becky, and then Becky Lynch, she comes out, pops up right behind Lyra, who takes her out with a drop kick with those big feet, those big shoes through the ropes. And then she takes out a kendo stick, beats the fuck out of Becky. We saw the scars and all the bruising, and nasty. So they're getting ready for their Women's Intercontinental title match. Like, I don't know how many matches they've had already. But this time it's no disqualification. Anything goes for the Women's Intercontinental title. Hopefully Lyra does not win. Because if she doesn't win, she can never face Becky ever again as long as she's a champ. Forget that. Alright, moving along. Alright, then we get to earlier in the day, we got Sami Zayn doing a sit-down interview with Corey Slave. And, talks about Killer Kross, and on cue, Killer Kross and the lovely Scarlett Bordeaux. Oh my. They come in, and Corey does his job. I'm out of here. I don't need to do it. I know my assignment. I'm out of here. So he leaves. Kross sits down, and Sami's like, you son of a bitch. And basically Kross says, I can attack you again and hit you, bang, out of the park. It's out of here. It's out of here! You know, Gary Cohen saying that shit for the Mets. Or then again, you know, Kross could be a Yankee fan. We have John Sterling. It is high! It is far! It is! Caught. Fuck the Yankees. And fuck your fans, too. Anyway. But I did it because, you know, I'm all about making people show their true colors. You didn't do that, Sami. and now it's starting to piss me off. So Killer Cross says, you know what? We're gonna do this a third time at SummerSlam, and if I win, which I hope he does, Sammy, you had to actually admit on the mic that I told the truth, and then you can go on being world champion. Sammy's like, alright, easy. But when I beat you, this has to end. No more matches, nothing. Done. And he's like, see you at SummerSlam. And then he leaves, Cross is like, ha, I got this. Sure you do. I think Sammy's gonna win. I just have a feeling. He's getting, I mean, the last 3-4 weeks now, the last month or so, he's been basically got the crap beat out of him by Killer Cross. Knocking his ribs to, like, you know, the moon. I don't know what's going to happen, tomorrow or Sunday, but I think Sammy will prevail in this really third match between them, because the last two matches really didn't do anything. Actually, well, Cross won the last, I think it was last week or the week before. I think it was last week or the week before. The week before that, I forget, but anyway. So Sammy's looking for a win here and get some revenge, or, who's alter ego, Mr. Generico Revancha. Ole! Ole, 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 Frito-Lay, Frito-Lay. Hey, Generico, how's Kevin Steen doing? Kevin's doing pretty, Kevin had neck surgery, so I don't know when Kevin Steen's coming back, Kevin Owens, But, he's home with his kids and his hot wife. Getting better. Hopefully he'll be doing some rehab pretty soon. Don't know when. Maybe it'll be at, KO Mania or whatever number it's up to now. Next April. We'll see. But he might be back for like a show here and there, just like, hey, I'm back, remember me? Maybe he'll be a mystery entrant in the Royal Rumble. Never know. Alright, get that. Alright, then we go to another a 8-woman tag team match without money, mind you. We got Naomi Chelsea Green and the Secret Herbs of Doudrop, Piper Niven, and Alba Fire. They take on Mommy Rhea Ripley, Nikki Smella Bella, La Primera Stephanie Varcour, and my third amazingly hot Asian wife, Io Sky. We got that. Alright, pretty good match. Io does her usual stuff, hits a dropkick, then does the double kip up, and then Nikki's like, I'm pressed, and then she's like, Nikki's like pointing at Io, and then they go, does the Io emo. I'm like, why are you doing that with my wife? Stop it! Can't do that, bitch. And by the way, Nikki Bella had her boobie. Had a little problem with her boobie. Got a little bit. It didn't get pop or anything. She got injured with her boobie or something like that. But we knew her boobs were fake from the beginning. And now we know. Breast implant. Boom. Silicone all over the ring. Should have been real. I mean, I don't care for, fake boobies, real boobies. I like, as long as they feel good and you can suck on them and grab them at least, They're good, Except for the fake ass thing, I want to smack a real ass like J-Lo or something like that. I can't stand people like, I know Nicki Minaj has a fake ass. Other people have big asses, like they're like huge, like they got blown up or something like that. Somebody took a steroid, injected it into their ass, and it just like blew up, brother. I can't deal with that. I want a girl. Even the missus has a nice ass. Yeah, I know, but I digress. I was like, smack that ass every single night. But I digress on that. But yeah, Nikki with her boobie problem. What are you gonna do? But I like it real. I don't like this fake plastic shit. I mean, it still looks good, but sometimes you're gonna have big boobs and you're like, oh, are they real? No, they're not. They still look good. I mean, we know, hers is real. We know that. I don't have to prove that shit. But But like I said, I want something to grab on. I don't want no flat-chested, dumb, bleh. Can't deal with that. I need to grab on something besides ass. If you don't have an ass and tatas, I mean, get out of here. I don't want to deal with you. I don't care if the sex is good. I mean, come on. Well, you know, the head game is good. I mean, that's nice and all, but I want to grab on something when you're riding my dick and stuff like that. And, you know, I want to smack like an actual real ass, not a fake ass. Shit. I'm talking about weirdness. Okay, anyway, move on. Alright, ooh, forgot about it. It's 8 o'clock. Oop, I put on the wrong channel. God damn it. But let's fire up the old rich man's cable. We're about to get the signature now. Alright, so SmackDown, or Weltdown's on the air. Alright, so anyway, this 8-woman tag team match was wild and crazy. We're getting to the end. And Stephanie Vaquer comes in, cleans house. Nikki as the Bella Buster. Which has Naomi walking out. It's like, fuck this, I don't need these bitches, suck. She walks out on them. Io sends her back in for a springboard drop kick. And then Mommy Rhea Ripley gives Piper Riptide, even though it wasn't a great Riptide. And then Stephanie comes in with the SBB. Yes, we did get the Devil's Kiss. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Why did my signal lost? Maybe the wind. Alright, my signal is lost. I'm not on actual live TV. I know it's not raining. Of course. Every time the signal goes out, I want to watch a SmackDown. Oh, we got a steel cage! We got a cage in the Prudential Center. I guess that's for Jacob and Solo. Because they got their match coming up, I think tomorrow or Sunday. So, probably a preview where the cage is going to come down, maybe, I don't know. Alright, Jimmy Uso is in the building wearing a Reds hat. Dude, you're from San Fran. So he's going to be taking on Hikuleo tonight. That's Hikuleo's SmackDown in-ring debut. So that should be fun. We got some MFT in the building. Solo, JC Mateo, and Tangaloa. Mr. Zelina Vega is in the building. Aleister Black, he comes in, taking off his jacket. Well, he means business. He's going to be taking on Bobby! Bobby Priest is in the building. Getting ready for that. Slobber knocker. So, we got that, and a whole lot more tonight on SmackDown. So what are we going to begin with? Let's see. Well, the lights go out. It's John Cena! Number 17 in your scorecard. Alright, so Cena is in the building, making his way to the ring. For surprisingly, he comes out in the beginning of the show. So, I mean, something might happen at the end of the show. Who knows? But John! Big John! He's here. Taking on Cody, that bitch, in basically a street fight, a New Jersey street fight for the Undisputed title tomorrow, on Sunday night in the main event. Tomorrow's main event is Punk versus Walter for the Raw World title. Alright, so we got that. Alright, let me finish this up and let's get out of here. Alright, so, Team EO gets the win. You gotta love it. That's that. Alright, Finn Balor, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, along with JD McDunkfuck, who's there as well. He gives the rest of the team a pep talk, telling them that they can get past the loss earlier, meaning to Roxy and Raquel's loss earlier in the night to AJ, Kyrie, and Asuka. So Roxy gives Dom Dom a new PlayStation, PS5, to play WWE 2K25. I was like, oh, who's gonna be player 2? I wonder who, Dom? Savage. And then Raquel Rodriguez is not impressed, Skywalker. Not impressive, Skywalker. The PS5 not impressed. So we get that. Uh-oh. He's pointing at somebody. Oh, he's walking at Mark Nash. How do you mess up his entrance again, Mark Nash? You fucking Mark, basically. His name is Mark. I'm gonna voice my displeasure. If we don't like that, me and my buddy Mark, we're gonna riot. Remember that Triple H thing? That was funny. Me and my buddy Mark, we might not just walk TV anymore. Alright, so looks like, Roxy trying to get in Dom Dom's pants. I mean, she got him the chicken tendies, she got him the PS5 now. I know, what's next? Some sangria? Some, I don't know. Show some more boobies? I don't know. Yes, Eddie, what? Well, I'm sorry to bother you. It's okay, Eddie. You can come in anytime. Oh, okay. I just wanted to say, my son is a savage beast. He takes after me. He loves some mamacitas. He likes cheats and steers. Got the great hair like me. I say, what can I say? It's the fruit of my loins. I say, well, hey, you did pretty good knocking up. What's her name? Oh yeah, Angie. She gets wild in there. Not like China, my mamacita, but Angie, she got wild. She sucked to my no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Speaking of don't want to know, here comes Cody! Oh, no. Here comes that bitch, Cody Rhodes. Boris for another 15 minutes. By the way, adrenaline in my soul comes Cody Rhodes and cut a boring promo while the fans come out to see this bum. No! You little Pac-Man pop. Ugh. Look at you now, boy! Ooh, where you going? Cody, you gonna go into the pyro? That'll be nice. Ah, my face! Wheatley, so good, I drink it deeply. Oh god, now. So you just started, Issa? Damn it! By the way, it's not even good fucking whiskey. Here's some fucking... Give me a drink, Jack. I mean, woman. Get my drink already. Shut up. Yeah, we're getting drunk tonight. What are you drinking tonight? Oh, we get that. Alright, so we move on with that. Not forget my notes, correct. Cody with a stupid pyro. Come on. Come on, notes. There you go. Alright, so after the 8-woman tag team match, the winners celebrate with an Io stops Mommy for a little chit-chat. And then Io says, "You never beaten me, and you never win." So we get all that. And then Rhea's like, "Oh, we'll see about that." I don't know who's going to win tomorrow or Sunday. I hope it's Io, gets it back, even though, I like all three of them as champ, but, Naomi just started her reign. It would kind of suck to end it real quick. So I'm thinking that Naomi will win, but then who takes the pin? I hope it's not Io. But, it should be an interesting brutal match, because it is no DQ. And Naomi does not have to lose the title. I mean, lose the match to lose the title or whatever, that shit. Beat his ass, John! Kick it right in the balls. Not that he has any anyway. Get that. Alright, after that little thing with Io and Mommy, we go to the tag team titles on Raw. The Judgment Day, Fiend Balor, and JD McDumbfuck. They defend against the LWO, and that's Joaquin Wild, and Raul Mendoza. So a little bit of a kind of, the remnants of Legado. We get that. This was a weird match. Of course, we saw El Grande Germanicano, Ludwig Spears. He comes out, and then, Raul Mendoza kicks him with a belt off the apron, and then he hits one big flippy dippity-doo onto him, and then another Grande Americano, this time a little bit smaller-ish. He pulls Raul Mendoza off the top, so then Finn Balor hits the coup de grace to retain the belts. Now people are like, who's this guy? We know El Grande Germanicano is Marcel Barthel or Ludwig Spears, but who's this other El Grande Americano? People are saying Rey Mysterio, but I think it's Pete fucking Dunne. Pretty obvious, because he's white. Rey is, Mexican. A lot of, somebody, I think was it, somebody told me that Rey was going to be turning heel pretty soon. Why? I mean, not that Rey was, I don't even remember if Rey was ever a heel in his career. I don't think so. So, it kind of makes sense, like, he finally turns heel. But why would he return on the LWO for no apparent reason? Why? Chad Gable made me do it! Basically. Alright, so we get that. Alright, so, the Judgment Day get the win, the men get the win, the women will take a big fat L. They should be taking a big fat D from me. That rhymes. Moving on. Alright, there we go. So, Walter, the Raw World Champion, he comes out, talks about last week's exchange with CM Punk. Well, he calls that a clean victory for him because he went face-to-face with the best talker in the business. And the fans remind Walter that he tapped out. And then Walter's like, I left Punk speechless. And then on cue, look in my eyes, what do you see? A guy that's barely on TV. Yeah. So, Punky Brewster comes out, says some boring bullshit that I care less for. He's like, I don't want to become the World Heavyweight Champion, but rather I need it like I need air. Like you need a life. Or like the Red Wings need a 12th Stanley... Oh, really, dude? The whole Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings saga. Don't get me started. When was the last time Chicago actually won a title there, Punky? Been a long time. Anyway, he says wrestling is my addiction. Wants to hold the belt above his head as a thank you to the fans. Says, I am the best in the world and I'm ready to prove it at SummerSlam. This isn't apples to apples. Puts his hand over the mic. Gunther tries to cut him off. And then Punk's like, there are levels to this and you're not on my level. I'm like, okay, Maxwell Jacob Fartnacker. But match should be good tomorrow night in the main event. I think Walter will retain because it makes no sense to have. Unless there is a surprise tomorrow. Or meaning Seth freaking Rollins coming back. Fake injury and all. Oh, John's getting serious. I'm not gonna... Yes, John! John's getting serious. When he gets serious, he means business. He says John Cena came back to the WWE because, Cody said, I think it was last week, he wants the real John Cena, the hustle, loyalty, respect John.
I don't know who leads with this on Sunday, but I do know who wins.
Him. Boy, the fans do win. I hope and pray that Cena retains. I do not want to see that bitch Cody Rhodes with the belt for the third time. Or the second time, whatever it might be. Yep. Tell him, John. Your fault when you lose, Cody. Come! Get some! Yes! That's the John I know. Back in the day.
And on Sunday, the only platinum rapper showing up to whip your me.
Oh, shit! Yes! Here! And Cody looks like a dumb bitch. He didn't even say anything. Tell him, John. Tell him, John. That was a great... Oh, well, Cody's now going to speak. Oh, he took off his jacket. Oh, Cody's going to... means business now. He's going to get serious. Ooh. So... Fuck him. Alright, moving on. Alright, so good promo from Punk and Punky Brewster and Walter. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we get to the main event. Jey Uso taking on Bronson Reed with the wise man. My name is Paul Heyman at ringside. Oh, he got a beer! Is that Pabst? Or is that Wheatley? I can't tell. Looks like Pabst. That beer sucks, by the way.
Welcome back, John Cena.
Yeah, it is Pabst. Fuck that beer.
This is incredible.
Don't in his face, John! Fuck that. Don't even drink a beer with him. Drink it and spit it in his face. Do it! Handshake, toast, and... Huh? Alright. I thought like Cena was gonna do something with the beer. Obviously not. And then Cody leaves like a little bitch. Yeah, I agree. What just happened? Like, Cena just, like, turned in mid-promo? You know, there was a rumor that there was going to be a double turn at the show and everything. At SummerSlam. So, alright. That's it for that. Who's that chick? Who was that? Anyway, moving on. Alright, so it was an interesting promo. John getting, serious, like, oh, the champ is here! And Cody's like, welcome back, dude! I bet you something happens at the end where Cena's like, oh, I was friendly before, and now I don't give a fuck what happens to you. Alright, let's get back to Raw. So Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed with the wise men at ringside ends in a DQ because, Jey slugs away to knock Bronson to the outside. The dive drops him again, but then Braun Breaker comes out and spears the living shit out of him, causing a disqualification in a 7-minute match. So that was that, and then after the match, 2-on-1 beatdown, the fans calling for the OTC 1, and on cue, Roman Reigns. He comes out, clears the ring, and then him and Jey hit stereo spears. Ooh! And then Braun comes back, knocks the ever-living hell out of Roman. Damn it. And then 2-on-1 beatdown. Jey gets tsunami'd by Big Bronson Reed. Roman gets clotheslined from the apron over the announce table. Ow. And then he gets speared through the barricade. And then Roman gets tsunami'd to hell. Ugh. And then Bronson thinks he's Debo from Friday and steals Roman's shoes. And I bet you nothing, they were probably up on eBay. And that's that. What is this? Alright, so Logan Paul, we got a video from early in the day where Logan kind of invades. Hey, there's Roger Mendez. I know you. What are you doing in the ring? So Logan's looking at Joey Rowe training, and now Drew is back. I don't know how, but he's back. I think Logan paid off for his he paid for his passport to get him out of England. All right, there's Drew. So Logan and Drew attack Jelly Roll in his training ring. Basically beat his ass throughout the trainers or whatever they were. Poor Roger Mendez. Claymore kicked the Jelly Roll, knocking him completely out. So Babucho is back. And now all the people that were in the ring with Jelly Roll come back in. I know two of them. There's Roger Mendez and Danny Storm. And great people. Good shit. So, that's that. Alright. Big ups to those guys appearing on Friday Night SmackDown. Good people. Moving on. Alright, so Bronson Reed steals Roman's shoes, puts them up on eBay, you fucker. And that ends the show with the Empire standing tall against a broken Yeet, what do they call it? The Yeet TC. Who's that guy? Who is that? Something Byrne? I don't know who that is. He knows Joe Tessitore, so must be a good friend of his. The Rainmaker! It's gonna make it a series premiere on Peacock! Right after SmackDown. Big fucking whoop. Nobody cares. Well, these garbage shows that nobody cares about on Peacock or Netflix. We got that. Alright, it's time for Poppy! Oh no, that's not Poppy. Oh, it's Julia. How can I... Julia, the Women's United States Champion, along with her new manager, per se, Kiana James. Good lord. Both looking amazingly hot. Well, Julia, we all know that. Shit, but Kiana James, she can definitely get a good, big, fat 401D. You know what I mean? She'll earn that D for me. Good lord, she can be my accountant any day. I'll follow, she can audit my dick, for all I care. But I digress. What's up, baby? Julia. She's taking on Zelina Vega tonight for the Women's U.S. title. I don't think we're going to see a title change tonight. I love her freaking gear. I love that gear. Look like those swords coming out of her freaking, jacket. Love it. And freaking Kiana James with her, schoolgirl outfit. Good God almighty. Oh. Whoever's banging her is a lucky bastard. It should be me, but sadly not. And speaking of somebody who gets banged, it's Zelina Vega, who's getting pretty much banged by House of Black. Ooh, Zelina with the, the Queen of the Damned look. Oh, nice. Kind of like the little Maria Brink thing, too. You know she listens to In This Moment. Very nice. Very nice, Zelina, very nice. She does, look like Aaliyah, because she did some promo stuff for her. She's mad. She does look like Aaliyah from the the old days. Age ain't nothing but a number, but love ain't nothing but a thing. She can rock my boat. Wink, wink. Alright, moving on. Alright, so that ends Raw. It was alright, even with the Tribal Chief. I gave it a 7 out of 10 stars. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go watch the rest of this great show called SmackDown. And probably be back later after SmackDown with your AEW Collision review right here on the channel. We'll talk about SmackDown tomorrow, or early tomorrow afternoon. Get you into my predictions on TSO 79 with my SummerSlam Night 1 and 2 predictions. And then we'll talk about TNA on probably Sunday. We'll leave that for Sunday because I want to get to Night 1 review so I don't have to do like 6,000 videos on Sunday. And that's that. All right. So I'm gonna watch my hot Italian Japanese hottie Julia, along with her, and even hot, accountant slash school girl Tiana James. There's a lot of cake in that ring, if you know it. Booty! A lot of booty. Stop staring at me like that. Good Lord, my dick can't take any more. Ugh. I gotta change my shorts, so I'm gonna go do that right now. So, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.